gym industry, we're not here to like look at other gyms. My gym is not a gym. It's a lifestyle hub. I don't pay attention to the other gyms. My team doesn't even focus on the other gyms. In the end of the day, we're on a different path. And when you already know what path you're on, you know exactly where you're headed. Boom.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Manny Talks. We're running on episode 16, and I can't wait for you guys to hear today's story. We have a special guest today, Mateo Attalla. I mean, let me tell you a little bit about this guy. There's a lot of people out there crushing, the game and with a lot of results. But one thing that I respect the most about this guy is how fast he's running and how consistent he is. I've been seeing him from the outside for the past year or so, working at his gym, his project, his business, and it's insane to see his work ethic every single day. I mean, I'm not talking about like Monday through Wednesday and then I'm gonna chill Saturday and Sunday. I'm talking about every single day of the week. So I can't wait to share with you, everything about his project, his business, everything he has going on here on today's episode. Because guys, we have here in the house the founder and owner of the best gyms in Miami, one of the fastest growing facilities in town. So I can't wait for him to tell us what we got going on.
Thank you, my bro. No, bro, I appreciate you for having me here. This is great. I love jumping on these podcasts and being able to share the story to let other people know how this has all come about, and to be able to give insight on how it could potentially, help others out there that are starting businesses, or just in general in life, as men, how we can be better in the world. So
100%. No, I can't wait, man. I have so many questions, about the business, about yourself, about all of this. But bro, honestly, like the main question to get us going right at the bat is, how do you do it? How do you run at the speed you do? Like, what is it behind that hunger, right? That you go out every single day? Because let's put it.
Of course.
You have built one of the best gym in town.
Appreciate you.
You've been crushing every competition. The things you do in that gym, they end up in all the gyms 2 months after, because I've seen it, right? So you're disrupting an industry that is overpopulated. There's 2 gyms every quarter here, man.
Yeah,
every block in Miami, right? So it's not just I'm gonna open up a gym, I'm gonna be successful, right?
Of course.
You've done it. You're here now. What is it behind that hunger, that energy?
I'm gonna put it like this. It's pretty simple. Like I say to most people, your belief system has got to be strong, and your values got to be aligned. So once you put that together and you have that aligned, you have an understanding towards that, then it makes things easier, because then you know exactly what your reasoning and purpose is in life. And then you're driven by it. So for me, I love what I do. So it doesn't become work. People, they think of it as like, oh, damn, I got to go to work today, or I got to do this, and it's hard, and this and that. Nah, man, you have that mentality, then you're never going to be able to get past that point where you really want to be in life. But when you believe in what your belief system, your values, and you understand that as a human being, and that's aligned, and then you love what you do, well, the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? And part of those values is having faith. You got to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your ability. You got to put in the discipline. You got to put in the hard work and dedication. You got to trust your team and select the right team to be around you. So there's multiple different factors, but it really just comes down to, I'm fueled every day because I'm so excited to look forward to being able to provide more to my people, and my people believe in me. So by having that relationship and connection, just like what we have here today, it's something that's very special and unique that you can't buy. It's something
100%.
Either you got it or you don't. And that's where it leads back to, what are your values? What is your belief system? Do you love what you do? And are you inspiring other people to understand and learn? Because we all learn from each other.
Yeah.
That's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, being a white piece of paper, you never know what you can learn from someone.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things I've learned too.
Sure. No one's perfect, so you got to have an open mind to be able to continuously learn. As far as, the gyms go in the gym industry, we're not here to like look at other gyms. My gym is not a gym. It's a lifestyle hub.
Okay.
So I don't pay attention to the other gyms. My team doesn't even focus on the other gyms, because in the end of the day, we're on a different path. And when you already know what path you're on, you know exactly where you're headed.
Boom, right there.
You know?
Right there. That's nuggets right there. And one thing that I wanted to ask you, because I saw it that you have it on the new acquisition that you did with, across the street, and we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
I saw you had the writing on the wall, right, of you,
Yeah,
talking to yourself.
Yes.
Here's what I'm gonna do,
Yes.
and then sign at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like that's amazing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, of course. So I never used to be a writer. I would never write anything. I used to actually be very afraid to talk to people. So as a man, I had a lot of bad things that I was doing, bad habits that I could not break, And thankfully to my, my partner, Cami, she's my business partner. And
she's lovely.
Yeah.
Every time you walk into that gym, the energy, you can feel it.
It's amazing. It's amazing, like just the fact that knowing that your team is able to, be great in specific sections, it all aligns up specifically. So, during this process about writing, right, I realized I was doing a lot of things wrong in my life as a man. And as men, it's hard for us to be able to sit down and go, damn, I'm not good at this. This is what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
Excuse the language, but this is how, we're fucking up on this shit.
100%.
Accountability. And what I did was I looked at my pros and my cons, and I sort of ascertained and studied what my goods and what my bads are. But I had to be honest with myself. And I knew what my problem was. I had an ego problem. I didn't want to talk to people. I was being very into myself.
Okay.
Not thinking about others. And I was like, bro, where am I going with my life? You know what I mean? So the first thing I did was I picked up the book and I wrote in it. And I wrote exactly to what I was feeling. And an opportunity opened for me with my condo at the time.
Okay.
And I realized that by stepping out of my comfort zone and doing something I never did before and putting a little bit of faith and belief in my ability and tapping in on things that I never thought I was good at, it actually opened my mind, my soul, and I actually started to believe.
You saw results.
If I didn't take a leap of faith, I don't know where the hell I'd be today. So by doing that and accepting and understanding what your wrongs are and turning those wrongs into a positive, using that as ammunition, the doors open up. So I wrote exactly what I felt.
So you analyze yourself.
That's
It's like,
it.
what am I doing wrong? What am I, and then focus on your strength instead of trying to figure out your weakness.
And then in that journal, I wrote exactly what I was feeling at the time about the condo, about getting the space in elevation fitness.
Okay.
And there's an opportunity there, and I was expressing my feelings of how I felt, my emotions at that time, and by putting that into place, this is where we are today. But there was no plan. So people think that, you got to plan everything. You do, but you don't. Sometimes you just got to put in the hard work and unexpected things are going to come to you. Do everything honest and genuine.
Yep.
And if you apply the hard work in and you do it with, true sincerity and faith and genuineness, the rewards are going to come your way. But a lot of people don't see it like that. They want to skip it.
Yep.
And so part of that was journaling.
Writing it down.
And I recommend it to everyone.
Have you read this book?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you gotta get on it. Right here. That's
I'm
yours, bro.
taking this
That's
home.
yours. That's yours. Take it home. Trust me. If you ever take
I'm gonna
something,
bring it back to you.
No. It's yours. That's yours. I'm gonna
Amen.
sign it and everything for you after this podcast
Wow.
because that
Okay.
book will help you 10x not only your life but your business. Right after you
Okay.
get out of here,
Beautiful.
that's your next Bible.
My man, I
Listen,
appreciate
bro.
you.
I know you don't know too much about my background, but that book changed my life. What was written on that word and that book, and it has changed the lives of millions of people around the world.
Okay.
And it talks about everything you're saying, but actually backed up by proven careers of other entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So definitely that book would change everything for you.
I'm excited.
So I can't
Thank
wait
you.
for you to read it and get me some feedback because definitely trust me, I do the podcast and every time we sit here, we refer back to that book.
Wow,
And I have
man.
had here, pretty successful entrepreneurs and it all comes back to the same pattern. And it's how you see yourself, how you think about where you're going, how you set up the goals that you want, and what you said. Without faith, you couldn't be where you're at right now. So it's believing that you're able to achieve it.
Really believing. And I think that's the hardest thing. People have self-lack in themselves. They have self-lack in their team. They have self-lack in their relationships, networking.
Yep.
But you have to break the pattern eventually.
100%.
If you don't break it, you're gonna be stagnant. You're gonna plateau, and then you're gonna just do a 9-to-5 job.
Yep. It's just the wheel, right? The wheel that everybody is in, that unfortunately has built a paradigm, most society, most people, that it's like, I'm gonna just go to work, do this for 40 hours a week, and then 1 vacation a year, 2 vacations a year, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But what happens is, I feel, is just the lack of awareness.
Yeah.
And because they don't have someone that right next to them that tells them, hey, you can do it because I did it. You know what I mean? It's your case. How many people are looking at this podcast and they're like, oh, he did it, I can do it too.
100%.
Right? How many people are looking to start a gym right now?
Oh no, you got people everywhere starting gyms. You know, like there's a gym on every corner.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what we're talking about.
You got
So,
people online. You know,
but they can do it because you did it
Yeah.
out of nowhere, bro.
It's possible.
Out of
It's
nowhere, you're
possible.
like, boom, 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 best gym in town.
It's possible.
Right?
It's possible.
So it's more than possible. And that comes, I feel, with awareness, having the right people around you, the right environment.
Everything in this life right now is achievable, and it's very doable, and it's in hands
There's
reach.
no energy. It's there.
It's not that far, but people think it is, and that's why within the gym, I put specific things in there to remind people that it is possible, that it is doable. And yes, you may not walk into a Lamborghini dealership because you believe that it's not doable, but you can walk into BOXR gym and you feel and you look and you go, wow. The detail in this, I've never got so close to something like this, but it's there.
It's crazy. It's palpable. Like they can see it.
The athletes, the people, the types of people, the energy, like you said.
Yeah.
So all these factors are all achievable.
100%.
You know, so
it's just building the quotient and the energy. But before we go deep into the gym, because there's a bunch of stuff I want to ask you, operational wise, for people to get the real taste of what it takes to run an operation like this. Let's talk about you, man. Where you come from? What's your background? Take us back, 10 years, 5 years.
For sure.
Who are you, before all of this?
Man, I'm originally from Sydney, Australia, as you can tell from the accent.
Yeah.
It's a unique root accent. I'm probably one of the only very few Australians out here.
Down here in Miami,
I've been boxing all my life since I was 12 years old.
Okay.
Come from a family, only child. My father's originally from Egypt, and my mom's from New Zealand. But everyone out here thinks I'm Colombian or something like that. My Spanish is getting better.
All right, you learning?
Más o menos. I'm getting there.
There you go. That's a little something.
Parcero.
Hey, that's Colombian.
But yeah, man, like it's been quite a journey. If I go into too much detail, it'll take too long. But I'll get straight to the point. Boxing has been part of my life for a very, very long time. I didn't have anything else. I traveled the world for boxing. I spent time with some of the best coaches in the game, the likes of Freddie Roach, Coach Merkinsons. These are guys that trained world champions.
Yeah.
It went from a transition of being a boxer to becoming a coach, and then becoming a business owner.
So you coach boxing?
So I used to coach boxing.
Okay.
I used to. So there was like a phase we went through. And, not every boxer can make that transition to being a coach and being a teacher. So at the time I was in my condo in Miami, I decided to be like, you know what? I gotta stay in this sport because for some reason it keeps bringing me back.
Yeah.
As much as I left it, it draws me back. But let's try the teaching side. Let's look at it. Let's look at a different factor. Let's see if I can be able to teach people the real fundamentals about boxing. I've acquired all this information over, like nearly 18 years. Why am I keeping it to myself? And this is what we were talking about earlier. A lot of people keep things to themselves. Why not give it a chance, put some faith in myself and in my ability to see if I can actually project the information out and the knowledge to pass it on to people that really want to understand the boxing fundamentals. So it all started in Elevation Car Park in COVID.
I remember.
And I just started training people, and people from the apartment started watching this.
Yeah.
And it kicked, and at the time, people say, well, how much money did you make? I go, actually, I didn't make no money. I didn't ask for money. I just did it out of love because I wanted to see what my capability was and my ability to be able to see if there was progress within these people. As I kept doing it, the progress started to happen fast. So people were starting to like, all right, well, we'll tip you, And I was like, oh, okay, whatever you want to do. So it really just came down to the fact that you tell me what my value's worth rather than putting a price point. When you do that and you see how you perform with your clients or your people, you're gonna select the right type of people that appreciate your value's worth.
And that you like working with.
And then you like working with. And then it comes down to, you know, you may lose a few clients, but then you'll get the right clients that understand you, believe in your work, and respect your values worth. And this is the thing, you know, most people these days, you know, they don't appreciate what type of value they have in their skill or whatever forte that they're in. I believed in my value after a certain period of time as it kept building, and I realized that, nah, man, I'm gonna keep injecting money into my people or what I'm creating. And as I did it, it moved fast. It moved fast because it wasn't for the money.
There you go.
It was for...
For how long were you doing this without expecting anything? For how long were you adding value for free? Before you're like, all right, I'm going to start charging for the lessons. I'm going to start, you know, putting a price to what I know.
Did it for a while, bro. I think at least...
Because that's something people got to understand.
To be honest, you know, like, it got to a point for the first couple of months, 2 to 3 months, no money.
Boom.
Then people were obligating to give me money.
Yep.
And then it was like, I'm going to put that back into my people, which is, let's turn my condo into a boxing facility.
Nice.
So whatever money that was
there. You got to
there,
show me those pictures, bro. You got to see some pictures.
Yeah. Bro, came to life, looked at the apartment, I did the architectural plan, set it up, put the rings, the bags upstairs, and I created the first BOXR that's
where everything
gonna give
started.
the full experience, and that's where it started. And then it gave me confidence and belief that when my people came in, they were like, wow, I've never seen something like this before. So it really just came down to the fact that, you know, I just really believed. I believed in the people that I selected to be with me. Yep. Those people selected me to help them out. And through that process, the people that I got are still in contact with me today. They still support my business. And they're high caliber people that you would not even think. And I'll drop some of the people. Steve Stout. Steve Stout is the owner of United Masters.
Okay.
He was one of my first clients. Huge in the music industry. You would never expect it. But now today, we like this. We're friends.
Yeah, because the relationship started different.
I wanted to create, like, I wanted them to see what my capability was. And as I grew, the relationship changed. So it didn't become a trainer-client. It became a friendship relationship. So then it takes you to a whole different level after that. It's how you want to turn a relationship into something that's more than just that.
That use a transaction.
What value can he give me and what value can I give him now?
I feel most people nowadays, they're thinking with a transactional base in mind, where it's like, if I'm going to give this guy this, what do I get in return? Like, bro, just offer what you just did, right?
Yeah.
Just offer upfront value without any expectations. It will come back. Maybe it's not from that guy, but it will come back eventually.
It will. You just got to be honest and genuine with these people. You know
100%.
what I mean? All the time. And you shouldn't expect anything in return except if you're giving a service and you're treating people in a correct manner and you're giving them something that they're missing. Because what they're paying for is something that they're missing in their life. It's a void. You're filling in that void. And that's something that they love. So it's an important factor that, yeah, as me being a coach, I'm not just a coach. I'm also a therapist. I'm also a mentor. I'm also, you know, they're telling me their stories. And
you're
stuff
there
like
with them for an hour, 2 hours every day.
So what is that worth in that hour and a half? It's very important. And a lot of coaches don't see it like that. The most important thing is, where do you want these relationships to go? How do you want to get these relationships in a level where they may be able to provide some sort of value later in the future? You don't know. Because every key person that you create a relationship with, you just don't know. But you got to keep it solid. And you got to keep working towards building it up.
Yep. Yeah, putting in the effort every single day.
Don't just train someone and just get them rid of them because, nah, bro, it doesn't work like that. build off that.
When you think, because I'm curious about this, when you think about, you know, the future and your game plan and the people you meet and the people you do business with, do you think 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, where can this take me? Or did you just take it as what it is?
I took it as what it is.
Okay.
I never expected to be in the position I am at the time that I was building. As the progress was building, my faith started to grow bigger. And I started realizing, damn,
I can do a lot more.
I'm onto something.
Yeah.
And due to my networks and relationships that I worked towards, because I fueled that, it really helped. So my network system was huge. It played a big role in all this. My team that I was able to hand select, it made a huge impact. You know what I mean? So it's not just me. I give a lot of the credit to my team and to my network and my relationships that I have. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today.
100%.
I'm just the man on the boat, just guiding the ship to the other side of the world.
Boom. I love that.
Everyone plays a part on this so we can all rejoice and receive the rewards. You know, that's what it really comes down to. Even you, bro.
I love it.
As a member, without my members, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
The support and love that I get from the people is everything. You take care of the people take care of you.
There you go. There you go. And like a lot of people, I feel that a lot of people, when they grow, right, and they get to your level or, you know, kind of around there, they get too big for the little things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's when the little things, you know, get too big for them, right? So doesn't matter what level of success you're in. Like what I tell people is like, stay grounded.
Yes.
Like remember where you came from.
Yeah.
Because what got you here is what's gonna get you to the next level.
Yeah.
If you change the formula, right? Then everything, you know, gets twisted. A lot of people, it's easy to get up in their head when they have a little bit of success, right?
Yeah.
So
happens.
what do you think about that in terms of, you know, staying humble, because it's two different things. One thing is being humble, and one thing is just not being confident. And it's just there's a good, healthy ego. I will say
having humility,
you know what I mean?
is important.
Yeah. So what would you say for you? You know, how do you stay how do you stay grounded, humble, but at the same time, like you're running, like you're hungry, you want more, no matter what level have you accomplished?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, I cannot not be in my facility. Most gym owners will not be in their facility. They'll build it because a gym is a gym.
Yeah.
And a gym you put equipment, you can put whatever you need, do the setup, you pay for it, done. You invite people, you put a name, gym. For me, it's more important that I'm there because I'm the face of my brand. And not just that, I want to be with the people. Why? Because I become a people's person now. Before I wasn't. But I realize if I'm around it more, it's going to open up my creativity to continue to keep building the business. Not just that, interacting with multiple people on a daily basis. I understand my business. I understand my environment that I'm in. I understand my workers. And I like to keep everything in check. And then at the same time, it keeps me, you know, with humility inside my place. I'm not out partying. I'm not out going crazy. I'm not doing any of this shit.
Stay in the trenches.
I have a routine.
Tell me about it.
My routine is on. You know what I mean?
As you're walking with your bag every day, it's like, Jim, oh, bro.
And I zone in. I'm paying attention to every little detail in the facility. And then at the same time, I'm taking notes with my notepad and I write down everything and I come up with creative ideas. Because when I'm in that space, my creativity is just going crazy.
Boom, boom, boom.
And that allows me to keep scaling the business. That allows me to be implementing new things and more things. And my belief is that if you continue to thrive in a way where you could make sure that you're in the right environment space, it's going to open up your mind limitless. It really is. If you're not, it's very hard.
Yeah.
You'll just be that. You are categorized as that. You are categorized as that. You go to my facility, it's not a gym.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It feels like home, bro. Like I leave, I travel, whatever, and it's like, yo, you're missing that energy because it's different. Older gyms, you just go work out, right?
Every person that walks in there wants to be able to walk in and walk out feeling like a champion.
Boom.
That's because the environment is key. That's because the type of people, it attracts key people, and it will alleviate the bad people out. I don't have to do it. It will just do itself. And environments do that. Specific environments will do that to people. It will attract the right and it will get rid of the bad.
Push out the bad.
Or it will do the reverse and it will attract the bad and get rid of the good. So
that's why you being in there every single day, you're able to see, you know, what's going on, the logistics.
And at the same time, you know, having my business partner like Cami, she plays her role. I play my role. Daniel, my marketing director, plays his role. Jonathan, all the rest of my team. Everyone plays a certain role in there to make it feel the way it needs to be and to keep it consistent. Because everyone can blow something up and make it look dope, but then what happens after? It drops. There's no consistency. But through the drive of, you know, our faith and our love towards what we do and for the people, because we put the people first, bro, the people keep me
there,
with my feet
grounded.
So to answer your question, the people keep me grounded, bro.
Let's go.
Really, it's all about
love
the people.
that, bro. I love that. So you did your appointment, you know, came up with all this idea. Let's train people for free, bro. Add value. Then you go into a deal, right? On Elevation.
So yeah, at the time, you know, the owner of Elevation, I went up to him one day and I said, man, I want to show you something. So I took him upstairs to, you know, my condo, and he didn't know. And they saw it and they're like, wow, this is dope. And this is where I came up with the name BOXR and everything. And before, actually, you know, I'm going to tell you where BOXR comes from. BOXR originates as my fight name back in Australia.
Oh, okay. What is it?
No, just BOXR.
So that's it?
Everyone
that was your
call me BOXR because of the accent. We drop the E on a lot of the words when we talk.
Look at that, so bro.
That's
Who would have thought?
Yeah, and then Cami actually designed the logo. And
she did?
Yeah, because she comes from a background like that. So with a team effort, that's how we're able to create BOXR. So going back, I took him upstairs. He looked at it. He said, so how can I help you? And I said, look, man, you have some dead space in that area. I'm already doing classes at Elevation, like boxing classes, and I had my apartment. So while I'm doing classes, I'm doing privates, and I'm doing back-to-back every day. I said to him, that dead space there, I could bring in a boxing culture that nobody's seen. And he was like, oh yeah? I'm like, bro, give me a number. If you accept it, let's do it. So he got back to me. He's like, all right, man.
Let's run it.
Let's run it. Do your thing in there.
Nice.
So I opened up the BOXR facility.
Boom.
Just boxing classes. The boxing classes, there was about 4 classes a day. I was running the classes. I had to create my own programming to teach the fundamentals of boxing. And I slowly did the transition. And so whatever money that I actually got from the clients that started paying, I saved. And then I put it all into the Elevation location. For that BOXR facility.
So everything with that location and that deal was self-funded?
Yes.
Okay.
We put it in. I built it. Came up with the ideas, the concept. And I just started hitting it off by doing classes. And it was still under construction. I was doing classes in there.
Boom.
So I couldn't stop. I had to keep going. Then it came a time where I was like, all right, I need help. I need help because I'm going to burn out.
Too much.
I'm doing privates upstairs in the condo. I'm doing classes down here. Bro, it's killing me, you know? But I love it. But I also got to think smart too. So I got to recruit some of the best coaches. So what I did was I put out a word to a few people I knew. The first coach that I actually got in, she was a female, and she still works with me today.
Okay.
Her name is Alyssa. She came in, she loved it, she believed in me, and she started running the classes as well. So I put her into a specific time for her classes.
Okay.
Then I made a call to my boy Jason, the faith fighter.
Yeah.
He was in Vegas at the time. So I booked the ticket, and mind you, whatever money that I had, it was towards making sure I could get my people in and I could put it into the business. He comes over, flies over. I said to him, man, I want you to watch what I'm doing here. And I showed him and he saw the classes. And he comes from a very strict boxing background.
Okay.
So he'll tell me honestly if it's bullshit or if it's not. And he was like, man, this is crazy. This is great. I go, bro, I want you here, man.
He's like, you got something, let's work.
He says, leave it to me. I need to think about it. I was like, bro, what's there to think about? I need you here. He's like, no, I got to think about it. So I was like, shit, I don't want this guy leaving.
Yeah.
So he jumps on the flight, goes back.
Okay.
Before you know it, a week later, he calls me and he's like, bro, I packed my bags and come to Miami.
Let's go.
Let's go. He goes, I'm going to help you. I believe in you. So he really believed. Straight after that, the rest of the team started to build
Little by
up.
little.
My boy Daniel, marketing director, he came in. You know, he started.
Shout out to Daniel back there.
Shout out to Daniel back there. This man, his story is incredible. You know, I can't wait for him to be able to share it more often.
Love to
I don't
hear
want to speak
more
on his behalf.
Yeah,
but
100%. I see him running though. I see him back to back every day too.
No,
he films that same day that video is up. I'm like, yo, this guy what? His leaves something like
no,
what? He
the
does
work
his
that
leaf?
we do, and you know, we go in this together, like on the marketing side.
Yeah.
We absolute beasts. We tear people.
You guys
apart.
crushing the game. I was talking to David about it. You talked to him for a bit the other day. We've been training for a while. He's a good friend of mine. And I'm like, bro, how does this guy do it? They film and within like 2 hours, their pose is already up. Everything is already going.
I'm gonna tell you
I'm
what,
like, what's the secret?
I'm gonna tell you what the secret is. First of all, he believes in God.
Okay.
I believe in God. Second thing is his value and his belief system is aligned, just like mine. So when you have people like that have that in place, and they have an understanding, the mind is clearer to be able to see what's in front. So he looked through the telescope. He saw what I was building, and he could see the outlines. He don't need to see the full picture, but he sees the outlines. He believes. So when he did that, and he pulled the trigger and said, "Man, I'm with you," then bro, like I was like,
It was game.
It was game. And then he went through his thing, and I showed my loyalty towards it, and till today, bro.
The synergy, you can see the synergy.
We skyrocketing, and my whole team right now. I'm just very blessed with them. You know, like I'm very appreciative, and more importantly, you know, my business partner. Without her, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be able to do the things that I'm able to do, and be the man I am today too. Because
that's big, man. Because
it's important.
Relationship, you know, the people you have around you most of the day and the environment. I feel people need to understand that you have to protect your energy. Not everybody deserves your time. Not everybody deserves to, you know, to talk to you, to get into your space, because your energy, and you don't, trust me, you're gonna love that book.
I can't wait.
Your energy is everything. It's like, you know, when you let bad energy in and the wrong people in, it fucks up with you, bro. It fucks up with you, with your plans, with your vision. So selecting the right people for your team, I agree with you. It's key.
You as the leader and king, you will not be able to get to where you need to get to
100%.
without the right team. You just can't, because it's like, yes, a lot of people can say, yeah, I did it myself, and there's man, you didn't do it yourself. There had to be people involved in this progress.
Nobody's self-made. People go, I'm self-made. Yeah, you didn't do it alone.
You gotta be honest and really give thanks to your people, because they're the ones that really, you know, they die for what you envisioned.
Yep.
And then they become part of the vision with you.
You know, Gary B says, you know who Gary B is? Of course. Yeah. So Gary B says, when you're building a business, most people think your employees, you know, the people that work with you, they work for you, but it's not like that. It's the other way around. You work for them.
So this is how I put it in my business.
Okay.
Each person has their own department, and they are their own leader in their own department.
Boom.
I don't need to be on top of my people's backs. I just got to explain what we're going to be doing, what I foresee, but every person is great in what they do. They have to lead their own department. For example, I'll use Daniel as a perfect example. Daniel is the marketing director of BOXR, but he is leading the role of that, and I don't tell him how to do it or what to do. He already knows, because we're on the same synergy. You know what I mean? So that allows him to open up even more.
Yeah, to get creative.
And get creative and be the man he wants to be. Boom. In a lot of other businesses, it doesn't work like that. Everybody wants to control every little motion.
Yep. They're trying to be the boss.
The only time that I get involved or I intervene if there's a real serious problem, and I don't think it's good for the business or for my people. Apart from that, bro, I gotta focus on what I'm good at.
Boom.
And everyone else has to play their role. And when you allow that to happen and you give people the opportunity of having that power within what they go, everything flows nicely, because we're all on the same path.
Yeah, it's showing them the vision. So the key is, what I'm getting is, you show them the vision and you let them be their best at what they're good at.
That's it.
You focus on what you're good at, and then you trust them, right? With them leading. Now, let me ask you, how do you hand select your team, man? Do you have like a criteria, specific principles, or skill set that you look for before you say, I want to work with this guy?
Okay, so as of right now, my core team, like my lieutenants, I think God placed them at the right time and right moment, because they've been with me since day one of the facility that I had, back at Elevation. And they've believed ever since then. Moving forward, I started to witness and watch how others come in and they're not lasting.
That doesn't stick.
Now, it hasn't been a crazy thing where I've had to like hire and fire and just It's happened a few times, but that's only because laziness. That's because they don't see the vision. That's because they're not a team player. That's because they don't take instructions well. So when there's an interview process or we look for, the correct people, usually the first thing is when somebody comes in and let's say we're doing a sales rep.
Yeah.
The process goes like this. They walk in, my GM pulls them up, gets their details, sits them down inside a BOXR, takes them for a tour, and then goes through the process. Then they'll send me a text and they'll be like, hey, I got a candidate for you. Now, if they're doing 6 people and they know exactly what I'm looking for, then don't call me up to come and sit with a person. It's going to waste my time. My time is precious. But if it's a candidate that actually is great for what we need, I'll come and sit with them. And the first thing I do is I make him feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
The reason why I make him feel uncomfortable is because I want to see what they're able to provide with words to me in the correct manner. So if I say, why BOXR? There's 100 other gyms out there. Why BOXR? There's a simple answer to it. Most people will say, the lighting, this, that. And there's only one word. The people.
Family.
People. Why BOXR? The people. We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the people. I wouldn't be able to build the gym if it wasn't for the people. So there's ways of knowing how to, get the right answers. And by getting those right answers, you're able to ascertain whether that candidate is good for your business or not. And then you ask them questions that are pretty firm and you'd be like, okay, so what did you do before? Oh, well, here's my resume. I don't care about your resume. I want to know what type of person you are and what you really did.
Boom.
It comes down to the person's personality. And if you can get a good person that has good values, good morals, good ethics, the sales and all this type of stuff is easy because we don't need to sell it. Once somebody walks into the gym, they're already sold.
Yep.
They already saw it online and they're coming in because they want a membership. True or not?
Yeah,
so 80% of it's been done. The rest of it is just letting people be part of the family and be part of the experience and be part of the story.
Yep.
People want to be part of the story. How do you do that? There's a special way. You make them feel welcome. You make them feel as though that you're not selling to them.
Yep.
You don't need to. And
the vision sells itself.
That's it.
Like once you're able to get that message across and show people where you're taking the entire boat, right? Everybody.
And people vibe off energy. So if the girls at the front desk are providing that great energy and they're taking you for a tour and showing you, hey, Mayweather fought in this ring. And this guy trained here and these are... When you do all that, you're creating a story for them to be part of now.
Shout out to them, by the way. In the front desk, they're always, pump every morning.
Oh,
no matter.
No, bro.
I walked in at like 5:30, 6 a.m. the other day, and it's like, I was running on like no sleep because I came back from Dubai. I was like sleepless, and bro, the energy was still there.
That's
6
everything.
So you gotta give it to them. That energy and that vibe. That's what attracts people.
And it comes back to leadership. Like Cammie, she's leading.
She's on top of it.
She's leading. She's leading the women. She's leading the front. Point of entry and point of exit. And that's a make it or break it situation for somebody's day because somebody could be having a bad day and all of a sudden they're switched on.
Yeah.
Man, I love this place.
So tell us a little bit about Cammie and how do you balance personal and business? Because I think it's a big thing when you're running such a big operation and you're so busy every single day to balance that out with a relationship. What's your take on that?
Okay, so to be honest, bro, it's actually pretty simple. When you're doing something that people love to do together, especially within the business, and we have the same mentality towards things, then it's limitless because then you're on the same wavelength. You know, nothing interrupts you because you have a purpose and a goal. The purpose and goal is there, and the same minds have got the same purpose and goal.
Boom.
Same.
Both
So
working towards the same thing.
if you're going to talk about like going out and doing things, to be honest, it's fun. But you know what's more enjoyable is just making sure that we're able to be great in our own both departments under the same roof and to be able to make the growth happen at a fast rate. That's more exciting.
Love it.
So-
Love it. Love it. Love it. Building
that's
together is key.
Building is key.
Love it. Love it. And that builds the relationship. It sets the foundation. Bro, let's get into the nitty gritty. Talk to me about the transition between elevation and building the biggest and most successful gym down here in Miami. How do you go from that? Like what was it that triggered you into, I'm gonna pull the trigger. I'm gonna believe in myself to a whole nother level, and I'm gonna go build this
People are
facility.
not going to like me if I start getting into that right now. there's some delicate information there.
Just you know, whatever
You know what?
whatever
It doesn't matter.
whatever
I'll
you
say
all
it for
put
what
out
it
there,
is.
you know
It's
what I
nothing
mean?
bad. Look, I put a big shout out to Elevation for giving me that opportunity because then I wouldn't be able to showcase what my abilities are and what we're able to do and what we're able to be. So I put a shout out to them and I appreciate it. But it comes a time where it's like, do you want to stay like this or do you want to go like this? And it's all in moments of time because you don't know. But I felt in the time of the building process, Mayweather coming in, Debo Samuel from the 49ers,
Yep.
Taurean Prince, all these guys, all these big names that are coming that I'm spending time with, and I'm realizing that, man, how am I gonna continue to hold it like this? I can't. I really can't. And the thing is, how can I be able to take it to the next level when I don't have the money? I need the funding. I'm not with it with Miami like that because I've been out here for too long.
You've been out here for how long?
Like 4.5 years.
All right, bro, get out of here. I'm done.
All right,
I'm done with you, bro. I'm done. 4 years and look at you.
No, it's just like a lot of things go through your mind. But you know what? You keep working. You keep chipping away. You keep chipping away, chipping away. And then if you keep doing it, eventually, you know, signs will come. And I believe God will put you in situations that you have to pull the trigger and take, you know, crucial, risky decisions. Unfortunately, the time that I was at Elevation, you know, I wanted to expand the space that I had there. But at the time, they didn't want to allow it.
Got it.
So it sort of gave me an opportunity to be able to look further, and it expanded my mind because I was just believing in that and staying there. But then I realized, nah, I need my own. I need my own temple. So we take the opportunity. I end up just scouting. I look and then through the relationships I had, I realized that there was a lot of people that really wanted to invest into me,
Okay.
into what I wanted to go next. And I had some time to be able to look for a place before I had to move because, you know, they needed the space. So I didn't want to be going, you know, butting heads and going back and forth.
Of course.
I just needed to find a solution. I'm a problem solver. That's my forte. I like to fix the problems, find solutions, and keep moving forward fast and turn over. Otherwise, I'm going to be stagnant. I'm going to get stuck.
Yeah.
And I'm not holding my part of the bargain as being, you know, the leader of the company. Like, how am I? I'm going to let all these people fail.
Yeah, it's energy. If
I'm
you're
gonna
not
let my
moving
people
forward,
down.
you'll move it backwards.
And the gym acquired like 380 members in less than 8 months just for boxing classes. We're not talking about anything else.
Yeah.
So, man, I just went out there. I started looking around and I started envisioning, damn, I want a big gym. I want a big gym. I want a big gym.
Yeah, because you went straight for the big one.
Bro, and I started looking for people that, you know, could potentially believe in me and invest into me. So I was like, all right, you know, started talking. They saw it. They saw the hunger in me. They saw that I was like all for what I built and I'm willing to take it to the next level.
Boom.
I kept chipping away. Before you know it, I was walking down where the gym is right now, the new gym, and it had an old sign on the front that was there for ages and it just said, for lease. So I was like, damn, it's a fucking abandoned building.
Reshop.
I'm gonna look into this, you know? And I did. And I looked into it. The realtor came, opened the door. I walked in. If you see this place beforehand, it is trash. The place was a dump.
Yeah.
It was abandoned for quite some time. They just kept the property for many years. It's a family property, and they're just sitting on it for the right person to come and maybe do a skyscraper. But I came in at a time where it was like, hey, I have a good business. This is my business, and this is what I could do. Walked in. As soon as I walked in, it was like a computer scanning the place, envisioning
and seeing where you could put things out.
everything, envisioning the vision. And going, okay, da. I walked out and I felt it in my gut, like this is the spot.
Boom. Your intuition.
If there's something I can say today, it's this, and learn from it. Go off your gut feeling and your instinct. If it tells you that, you have to go with it.
Subconscious mind, baby, is all the same concept. No matter who sits in that chair, bro, it's insane.
You have to.
No matter who sits in that chair. Yo, it's the same concept. It's the same. It's all the same. And some people have read about it. Some people do it because it just comes to them naturally. But it's just the same.
It's the same.
Nothing changes. Different business, different industry, different backgrounds, different story. But the principles is all in that book, buddy. It's all the same. I love to hear that. So you're like, right, I'm going to pull the trigger. Here's the location. You map it out. You're like, right, I see it.
Yes.
I can make it happen.
I can make this happen. And I had a very good friend of mine at the time. You know, we're still friends today. And he believed. And I told him, you know, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And he was like, you know what? Let's do it.
Boom.
He goes, boom.
Here's a check. Go run it.
Go do it. Build it. I went in deep. I did whatever possible to get these doors open because I was on a time frame to get out of there.
Out of the other spot.
What am I gonna do with all my members? I don't want to lose them.
Yep.
And they're gonna go to other gyms. Nah, man. I got my business partner. I got Daniel. I got a squad of guys and people that are able to help with this situation while I focus on what needs to get done now, bro. All in. And through this whole process, people don't know, through the building stages, I had a ring in there. It was dusty. It was a mess. Floyd Mayweather came to the old facility. He trained. And then I said to him, I'm like, look, man, I want you to come to my facility, the new one.
Let's go.
Nobody stepped foot in there. And I want you to train in there, but it's dusty and it's messy, but there's a ring. The ring hasn't been touched. It had a plastic canopy over it.
Yeah.
They drove the whips into the facility while it was dusty. And I ripped it off.
And boom.
And he got in the ring and trained and spar. He did his mitt work and all that type of stuff. And it was, once I saw that, I stepped back and I realized, like, damn, this was a dream to be able to meet Floyd Mayweather if I was to become world champion, because that was my dream. But now I have this man, first person to walk in my gym, the new one.
He's training in my gym.
He training in my ring, and it's not even open yet. That just tells me that's a sign from God that I'm on the right path. I'm on the right path, and it's gonna go even bigger than what it really is. And so here we are today, a year and a month, or a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
We have 3,000 members.
If you think you're working your ass off, like, just look at this guy. I mean, this guy's just going through it, bro. A year, like, it's time. What's time? It's just relative, right?
Time is a demon, bro. Like that. Time is like the devil. It will strip you if you don't utilize your time efficiently and correctly, the right way. You will lose, and you won't get in front. You have to always remember, time is against us. Before you know, we're going to hit 50 and 60.
Yeah.
So you got to really utilize the time efficiently and correctly to be able to get to where you need to get to. That's why we don't waste time. We move.
Move. Boom, boom, boom.
After
back
this,
to back.
I got to sit down with Daniel, and we got to do the certification course and go over that. You know, so it's a non-stop thing.
Back to back.
When you have that ability to understand that, and understand that time is the devil, then you're going to work your fucking ass off to do whatever it takes to make things happen.
How long did it take you to put that gym together, bro?
Build,
like from the ground, you got the lease, you close on the lease, you have Mayweather coming in to train, to the time you open doors.
I closed the lease November, December, January, February. When did we open? April 11th.
Boom.
November,
Like
December,
6 months.
A little less than that. Nah, a little less. A little less. Bro, the whole facility had to be stripped.
Completely apart.
Bare. I had to redo all the electrical from ground zero up. I had to redo all the plumbing. I had to knock walls out. Bro, we had to demo everything, and I had to have it as a clean slat so we
then
can see
start
exactly what
building.
we're dealing with. And at the same time, when you're getting a building like that, you don't know what's hidden. We didn't know. And still up to today, we still don't know. But we still are working towards making sure that we are facilitating to transform it to be the best that it can
Best
be.
facility ever.
In every possible way. So it's been a transition. It's been time. There was times that we were stressing and there was floods and leaks.
Yeah.
But you know what? The people didn't care. They still came. They still trained. They still believed. And this is all part of trial and error to prepare you for what's next to come. When the next BOXR is going to open, I understand, the blueprint. I understand what I got to go through. So this is all part of the learning process. And I'm grateful for it because it really put me through
You're learning a
stage.
lot too.
Yeah, man. It put me through a stage where I was on a time frame. I had money that a lot of money was put into it. People were depending on me, my team. So it's a lot of factors. But you know what? I love it.
That's the best part. That you love
love
what you
it.
do, you're passionate. I feel
love
that's how you run so fast because you're not looking at time. You're not looking at money. You're not looking at numbers. You're just running.
You run it.
So let's talk about partnerships, man, because that's a key decision. David is looking to open up his gym. You talked to him a little bit about that. He was asking for some advice too. And it's something that I feel people need to know when it comes to pulling the trigger and when it comes to getting access to capital.
Yes.
Because not all the capital that you get offered is worth the same. And sometimes a lot of people, they just rush into scaling or building the business or starting the business. They're like, this guy's going to give me 50K, right? That's what I need to just go grow. But hey, they don't understand that you can get those 50K yourself if you understand credit, right?
Yes.
If you understand, the banking system here in the US. Bro, the US is built for you to win. You know what I mean?
It really is, bro. Like coming from, Australia and knowing other people around the world, Americans got it sweet here.
Oh, baby.
They got it sweet. So if you know how to utilize the system correctly and efficiently to your advantage, then do it yourself.
Yep.
You don't need to depend on others. The only time that you bring somebody in is if they have a sense of value that could take your business to the next level.
Okay.
And 10x it the right way. Because they have something that you don't have.
Not just capital.
They have a skill set that you don't have. Everyone is great at what they do. You have a special skill set and talent. I have a special skill set and talent. But everyone plays a certain role. If there's a powerful person that believes in you and that doesn't want to touch the business, but knows how to take it to where it needs to get to, and you feel in deep down that relationship is worth getting involved in, then all right, like pull the trigger. But you got to do your pros and cons and make sure it makes sense. But if you know that you could do it on your own and you don't need it,
Bet on yourself and roll.
Bet on yourself and roll with it, bro. And I've had to go through like back and forth stuff, along this road, and eventually, you start to understand what's really right and wrong for you and your business to get it to where it really needs to get to. That's it.
Picking the right partners is key when it comes to capital and
It's very hard. It is key. It's just making sure that sometimes in certain stages of the business, especially at the early stages, you just want to jump the gun. And you're like, you know what? He got money, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that money is good for your business. You don't necessarily know if that person's going to be good for you in the long term. So if you get sucked in, you could be somebody's, bitch.
Yeah,
That's how
it is what it
be,
is. Ross says it on our son. He says it. He's like, you're trying to go sign with a record when you have 2 songs out. Like, build your thing first, add value first, build your audience, then sign. Which is kind of the same in business. Don't just go get the first money that comes your way.
Find a way.
Yeah, build your value, build your name, and then that gives you more leverage when it comes to the table.
100%. You got to go out there and find a way to get the money yourself first.
Yep.
Once you understand, and if you have the capability of achieving and getting the money yourself, then you're betting on yourself. You don't need to depend on anyone. Then after that, if it's still not successful, then start looking around and look at your circle and look at the networking that you've created and see who may be a possible candidate for it. Because then you don't want to jump the gun. You don't want to rush it too quick. But at the same time, you on the time. You don't want to miss out on opportunities. Opportunities will present themselves very fast, and you have to be switched on, and you got to make the decision, yes or no. It could be a costly one. It could be a great one. But this is where you got to understand and understand the information, take it, understand the knowledge, and know how to apply it so you do make the right decision. And knowledge is key. You know what I mean?
Here's where you develop your subconscious mind and your gut, your intuition, which is you go through so many deals, so many offers, right? So many pitches that it gets to a point that you know how to identify the ones that are good.
100%.
So that's why it's like you got to follow your gut.
You have to.
I've been trading for a little bit over 6 years, and it's like when something tells me that's the trade, or like get out or exit or pull the trigger, just follow that, bro. Because like you've been seeing this happen so many times, the same patterns that is like, even if your logical mind is telling you, bro, stay on the trade. Like, yo, if your subconscious mind is like, yo, get out, get out.
100%.
So it's like pull the trigger based on, because it's built into you. You know?
I'll give you an example. Like, for example, if you're a business owner and then there's some key players in their field that are really good. I'll give you an example. Let's say Patrick Bet-David.
Yeah.
All right.
Love the guy.
All right. Phenomenal guy, right? Comes to the gym, loves it, speaks to me. You want to open more? Okay. What value is he going to bring to my business if he invests something into and he takes some shares? Is it worth it? Do you think it's worth it?
Yes.
Why?
The audience that he has, the reach.
Thank you very much. That's what it comes down to.
Yep.
Somebody
It's
like
not just
that,
money.
It's not just money.
Yep.
It's how quick you can get your business and your brand and your current people to the next destination even faster. Using key people that we've been able to acquire, and also, you know, relationships.
Yeah.
By having the people that we have walking through those doors, bro, that's putting my business on a whole different scale.
Oh, and the map, on the
You
map.
know what I mean?
Because, like, let's talk about this. You have had, I mean, Mayweather, Ryan Garcia.
Roy Jones.
Let's talk about this. Like, how are you able to get so many big stars? Not only in the boxing industry, but, you know, influencers. Every kid on the street that comes to Miami wants to go to your gym, bro.
You know what? It comes down to marketing. It comes down to relationships. It comes down to the network that I've been able to create over this time frame. Since I've been building, I've been creating on the side. Nobody knows, but like I'm creating a great network of people. And I stay in touch with those people. Then they watch what I got going on. And then they kind of understand, go, wow, this shit's blowing up.
Yeah.
I want to see what's going on inside. So they come and they get involved. And then before you know it, you know, we make them feel so that they deserve to be part of the story. And we give them the experience. And then by doing the experience, we get the camera on them. We give them a tour. There's a process to this whole thing. It's not just they come and, oh yeah, they're just coming to visit. Nah, like there's a system that we follow. There's a strict system, and we do this on a daily, like prayer, you know. So I think by following the steps that we've done, and we continue to give the people what they deserve, it automatically attracts those people to come, and they feel comfortable being surrounded by the public because of the type of place it is. Because most of these people that go to gyms, they don't want to be around people. They really don't. But we attract them for the right reasons. And we make sure that they feel as though that this is a place where everybody's welcome, no matter who you are.
And that also that you have a lot of in there, a lot of everything, right? So it's not that Mayweather walks in and, you know, obviously he's the top guy in the room. No, like Mayweather walks in, but there's this other guy training over there is a billionaire, and there's this other guy right there that has pretty successful business. So it's like there's a balance. It's not just one guy that is the top, you know, on the floor. Everybody there is successful.
Everybody's thriving.
Everybody's just running, and they have the energy, right? And it's not just about the money. It's just about the wanting it to be there, and the energy, and that I feel that attracts the people too.
Like I said, the environment space, you know, your environment is everything. So if you put yourself in the right environment, around the right people, that feeds off each other. So you all want to win.
Yep. Let's talk about partnerships, man. When it comes to brand deals, you know, I saw that you partnered up with ASBR, right?
ASRB.
ASRB, the clothing brand. That's fantastic. That's amazing. You have this car in the lot. You walk in, and you see a $500,000 car. It's always a different one, but the car is there, right? You have all these affiliations, right, with key players that makes the gym feel like, yo, this is a dream. This is the facility. They are on the wall. You know what I mean? The bathrooms, it just feels like every corner of that gym feels like what it is, right?
Detail, yeah.
Detail. How do you get to this point? And like, how do you strategically have those partnerships in place? Like, how does that work?
Okay, so it's funny you bring up ASRV, and actually, Cami brought it up the other day, and she said she went through her phone, and before I opened up BOXR, I was trying to become like an ambassador for ASRV.
Wow, look at that!
I didn't even tell Daniel that. Crazy, I forgot. And here we are today, and we have a collaboration with ASRV, and how that came about was just the fact that I realized that there are some brands out there, powerful brands, and I consider our brand to be very powerful in the time frame that we've built it. Marrying up sometimes with these brands is actually a good thing because they have something. They believe that they're missing something that we got. They want a piece of it. Do we need them? Yes, it's important, but we got something that nobody else got. So how can we make a marriage become fruitful? And so it just really came down to the fact that as we kept building, we started doing, we started getting into the promotional side. We did the Mayweather fight and all that kind of stuff. We're learning the process of how all this works. And we realized that for the gym that we have and the space that we have and the type of people that come, we need to be able to collaborate with brands so we can all move at the same pace. It's important. But then there obviously comes a time where, their business will go in one direction and we'll go in our own direction.
Separate ways, and
there's a time frame.
Yep.
It doesn't last forever. But in those moments, it just comes down to who do you want on side? And how could it be orchestrated in a way where the deal is fair between us and them? Well, we have some of the biggest names in the world that walk through our gym. We have everybody pulling out their phones and recording. That's marketing.
Yes, sir.
We have the best team working day in, day out. And we going back to back from the front desk to the marketing team, all over, me scaling where it needs to go. There's multiple different things. So we hold a lot of value. So we throw it out there and we tested it. We threw a line out there to see if people would catch.
Okay.
And people caught on, and gracefully, there's always going to be a time where you're not going to be happy with what it is.
Yeah.
But it comes a time where you got to suck your pride up and you got to be able to be like, you know what? It's cool.
Let's make it work for now.
Let's make it work.
Yeah.
Let's see how far it goes. We learned from it. We move forward. We know our mistakes and let's get to the next step. So when we do make the next deal, it's going to be better. And you know what? It's been like that, and my team plays many different roles too. So instead of somebody just being marketing director or front desk, we play all roles. If I need to be on the front desk, I'll be on the front desk.
Oh, I've seen you in there. Yeah,
Daniel, same thing. If I need him to, make a call and make an order on specific things, or maybe even negotiate a deal because I want to put him in that position, then he could do it.
He's ready.
So all my players on my team, they play multiple different roles. I don't have a big team, but I got a powerful team. And that's more important because you'd be just hiring and firing every single day.
Yep.
But we in it to win it. That's it. That's our motto,
Let's go.
We going in.
Yeah. If you're going to do it, just do it all in.
So regarding brand deals, man, like I think depending on what business you're in or what you're trying to achieve, I think collaborations are important.
Okay.
Because with what we have in the social media world and how many views and people that, you could be targeting an audience that you never had, they could come on board and be like, you know what, I would like to see how they're doing. And then you work together hand in hand on specific things, but you don't get them fully involved into the business
and
side.
to the operational side of the business.
No, there's no need for it. You know what I mean? Depending on what type of value is on the table. So, we got ASRV. We just signed a deal with Celsius.
Look at that.
So we're going to be the official gym here in Miami with Celsius.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm in the middle of, after this, actually, I'm getting a water made, an alkaline water, BOXR alkaline water. Oof. So we're going to put that into the gym. White labeling a lot of the stuff and the work that we're doing. We're taking BOXR to a whole nother level. Even on e-commerce, we're going to work towards that.
Okay. You have your own clothing brand and everything.
Yeah, man. So apart from just the memberships, we are working towards streamlining it and using the brand because it's the brand is what holds the weight.
And it is strong. Yep.
I want to do certification courses. So we're in the middle of like finishing up Cert 1, and then I'm going to be running courses at the facility to be able to, you know, certify coaches to have the real certification, understand the boxing side of the fundamentals. But we're going to hit different departments. We're going to hit the bodybuilding side. We're going to hit the Muay Thai side, so coaches can really learn.
Yeah, because you have so much going on in that gym.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you have the running club that I've seen you've been doing, right?
Yeah.
You're doing Muay Thai, you're doing boxing, you're doing UFC. Like, come on, what do you want to do? You have the basketball court in there.
But that's why we need to be in there on a daily. And it's exciting, bro. Like, it's hard work, and there's a lot of pressure. But we fuck with the pressure. We want the pressure.
Yeah. Bring it.
If we don't have the pressure.
Pressure makes diamonds, buddy.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. No, I'm excited to see, you know, where everything is going. And I've seen that you go like multiple routes. Like, and we were talking about this earlier, how you know, in Dubai, that's how they build. They don't just do boxing, right? If they're gonna do a project, they build 5, you know, different buildings at the same time. You know what I mean? So yeah, one fails, you have 4 up and running. You know what I mean? It's just probability game, right?
It is.
So I see you doing that, and one thing that I saw that you got really into it, and I wanted to ask you about it, is boxing as a business, not just the gym, but maybe, you know, training people, right? Boxers that are, you know, up and coming.
Yeah.
I saw you were training Linares as well. Tell us a little bit about that stage of BOXR, you know?
So I get a lot of people coming to the gym. They want to talk to me. They want to ask for an opportunity.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, like, I love the sport of boxing, and I love teaching it. It's in me, you know? And but my attention is acquired for the people, for the business. So it's very hard to balance the both. But when there is an opportunity and it does make sense, I'm down to be in it because I love it. It's not even for the money, because I got my business and I got other things to worry about. And I'm good. But at the same time, Linares situation. Linares is getting ready for his big fight. So he came to me, and we clicked, you know, we clicked pretty quick. And he got in the ring. We did some mitt work and stuff. And he enjoyed it. And he asked me, he's like, so what do you think, Mateo? You think I got what it takes? And I told him straight. I'm honest. I'm a straight shooter. I'm like, bro, you really got it. You could do it one last time.
Done it again.
And from there onwards, you know, we clicked it off. I actually put a lot of time into it to be able to help him and actually teach myself that a man like that, it's very doable and possible for a man to come back and regain what he deserves. And so it came down to the mental side more than anything, and making sure that we could take him to a certain level. And that's what we did. We took it in a whole different route. We put it to the test, and we were able to, like, you know, skyrocket his Instagram, social media
I saw that. Every day, back to back.
It went viral.
Yeah.
And that was
you guys were trying to get the fight with Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia came to the gym. They bumped heads. They saw each other. So that gym and what we're doing is, a lot of it's been preparation for these moments, to be able to do the things that we can do now. If it was like a year ago, nah. Right now, yes. I love the sport of boxing. I don't like what's in it. I don't like the business.
The business side.
But if it makes sense, I'm all for it, because I have the qualities now, you know, having an operation of what I have and being able to build it in such a quick period of time, and for having the love for the sport and the relationships I have, I'm able to dictate and place the right person to where they need to get to. Because most of the time with these guys, like, they know how to box. They've been taught boxing. I don't need to teach them anymore. It's how you market them. It's where you take them.
That's what they're missing most of them.
And that's what they're missing, bro.
And you have the platform to
And I have the platform. So the gym is built in a way that it's catered to a fighter to be able to have everything. You got the recovery, you got the coaches, you got the performance training, you got the motivation there.
Everything is
you
in
got the
there.
production team, you got meals. You name it, it's inside a BOXR. There's no reason why you're gonna lose unless you're mentally not there or you're not ready. So we built it in a way that it's catered to the ultimate athlete or fighter, you know? So
I love that. I love that. I actually wanted to talk about this with you because I have one of my best friends. He's like a brother to me. Bro, it's not being biased, but one of the best guys that I've seen in that ring.
Okay.
But he's 20-0 right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
His trainer was at your gym recently, Jorge Rubio.
Oh, yeah.
Good buddy of mine. I even do corner for him sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, bro, he's one of the best. And he's been through a lot in his career, right? Ups and downs business wise. But in the ring, there's nobody, right? He's good. Bro, what do you recommend to these kids out there that they have what it takes, boxing wise, right? They have the discipline, they're putting in the work, right? But they don't have the right guidance when it comes to understanding the business, right? They don't have the right management team. They don't have the right, operational side. They don't have their social media. I try to help him out. While I'm back there, he did a few videos. We did some shots that, just to help him out, bring his brand up. But unfortunately, just he hasn't been able to pop, right? Yeah. What do you recommend to these guys out there that are good at their skill set, that they know what they're doing, they know how to box, but they don't have the right, environment, team, management, or education when it comes to boxing?
Let me put it like this. Most fighters are fighters, so they don't understand the business. They just want to train and fight. But the thing is, to most fighters out there, you have to study and learn the business a little bit. That's why Mayweather was able to be who he is and be able to find ways to get out of his contracts. Yeah, he got out of his contracts with Top Rank, made more money, this and that. You got to learn from these guys. If you're not willing to take a little bit of time out to understand the business of boxing and understand how to pick the right team to be on side with you, then why box for? You're not going to get there like that. Yes, you may have to make harsh decisions because those selected promoters will be able to get you the right fight that you need to go. And you don't like them, fine. But you also have to be very strategic on the back end because at the end of the day, you're the one getting in the ring and you're fighting. And that's your money. You know what I mean? So understand a little bit of knowledge on the business. Fighters need to understand that.
No matter who they have with them, they need to understand it.
That's correct. Also, watch the people in the boxing game on what they're doing, how they're performing, and who they're bringing in. And go to them and find out for yourself. Don't let other people do it for you. If you're a fighter, you don't depend on your woman next to you. You don't depend on this man. You're your own man. You make a strict decision on what you think is best for your life for the long term. Otherwise, boxing can become that sport that you keep going, and then you end up working at
Dies out. I've seen it a lot of times, and I'm pretty sure you have seen him.
Bro, I was one of those fighters. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what to do with my life. Thankfully, I snapped out of it. You know what I mean? And now it comes a time where I did open up a management company. We do have some fighters, in there, but time is precious. So it comes down to like, are you really willing to go down this path? To listen, to understand, to go, yes sir, 3 bags full, I'm gonna do this. And whatever you say, you gotta trust the right people that are gonna get you to where you need to get to and stick to the discipline routine. Otherwise,
you're just gonna be a great boxer, but
it's a tough road, bro. It really is. And it comes down to, specific things. Like, you may be good looking, but you don't know how to sell yourself. You got to be marketable. Now, if you know you're not marketable, then find a way to be marketable. Create a character for yourself, because that's what it's about these days. You don't even have to be the greatest fighter. But
look at Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Perfect example.
Perfect example. But the thing with them is they've been promoters since they were 12 years old. So they're not boxers. They're promoters. Through YouTube and everything, they've been promoting themselves all this time. So I consider them as to be promoters. And good ones too.
Good ones, 100%.
But moving forward on the boxer side, you need to understand the business. Do your research. Learn about it. Put yourself in the right places and positions where you know that it's popping, where it's happening. Get noticed. And pick the right goddamn team. That's what it really comes down to. Your team will be able to help you get the win and the success that you need, because without, just like a Formula race car driving, his car, and I spent some time with race car drivers traveling around. And I took this analogy from it because I was watching. I was like, damn, this is crazy, how they change the wheels, and he's got his engineer, and they talk about, the speed that they go in the corners and when they're going to brake. Without that, you are not winning the race, bro. 100%. If you don't have good communication with your engineer, which is a boxer's coach, then how are you going to win the fight? He may be the biggest name in boxing as a coach, but that doesn't mean that the connection is there. So you got to think about these things.
You know, someone I really respect a lot, because he's all over, bro. This guy, Andre, right? Andre Berto. Bro, this guy, I fucking love the kid. Bro, this guy's everywhere.
That's
This
my
guy's doing the
brother.
podcast. We talked about bringing him in here when he comes down to Miami again. Bro, this guy's everywhere. He's doing podcasts, doing the events. He's just running around networking, learning real estate. He hit me up about trading. I'm like, go check out this book. So it's like he's learning the craft, not only about, yeah, he did it, right? World champion. But how can I keep on learning and, you know, making the money that I made work for me, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not just about going getting a title and that's it. You're sitting on the throne for life. It's
Yeah.
about what are you gonna do after.
What are you gonna do after?
Even if you get there, right? Let's just say you get to the titles, right? You successful. How many boxers they have been pretty successful, and then after there, you know, no money, everything gone.
The majority and the rate of boxers that get to the top and end up losing everything and their money, and then they have to build it back up again. There's a list. Like, I just don't want to say the names.
Yeah.
But there is
we get the point. It's
we
like
get the
most
point.
people, they never stay. You know.
That's because they're not preparing themselves, or they don't have the right guidance or the right team of people to be able to help them with these things. That's the problem, you know. And so they all think, yeah, world champion, but then after that, what do you do?
Yep.
You gotta have a plan, but you gotta start now. So when you do become a world champion,
You're ready.
you're ready.
And it
You're-
used to
you're-
transition over.
You're prepared, bro. You're prepared for life. Because outside of boxing, and I could say this, bro, all I believed and I thought was just, I know boxing, but I don't know anything else. Nobody
Yeah.
would give me a job, this and that. So it's like, that's all you believe until you really break the mechanism and you're like, no. There's more to me.
I
than
can
meets
do
the
more.
eye.
Yeah.
I gotta break it. So
Breaking those paradigms that it's not just boxing. You can learn the business side. You can learn the marketing. You can learn all of it. You just gotta put in the time. And I tell people the same as in the gym. I always talk about this, bro. If you're all rip, you know, and you're in great shape, or you are a top athlete on whatever sport it is, if you perform and have the discipline to be at that level, you implement that same discipline, that same work ethic into, you know, the studying, the learning the business,
Yeah.
and all, you crush it.
You'll
There's
crush
no
it,
way
bro.
you don't.
You'll crush
It's
it.
the same principles,
Yeah.
right? It's just taking that leap of faith in yourself and understanding that, yeah, you might make a few millions, but what's next? Like millions, they go like this. So it's like, what are you gonna do next, right?
Yeah.
And I feel there's a huge gap there when it comes to the sports, and boxing is a big one.
it's huge.
It's huge where they don't understand the business, you know, and then after it's like, what do I do next? Right? So I feel you have the platform, you have the power. So
I do.
You know, if it
I do.
comes to it, put in your time in it, man, because you
I
will
do.
help so many people.
No, and trust
me.
and trust me, I would love to be able to, you know, support these fighters on a level of, you know, showing them a different window.
Yeah.
They've been seeing through that same window for a long time, but there is different windows to be opened. It just comes to allowing the right people to open them for them and go, hey, you didn't know about this, but look where you could potentially be.
Yeah.
Look how fast you can get there. But there's a way, there's a secret. You don't have to go down this road, you know? So yeah, like
Educational wise, like
Educational-wise.
point them in the right direction, all of that.
the only problem with, you know, something like that, it acquires time. It acquires the fact that you're going to have to make a sacrifice to those people to take them where they need to get to, do the negotiations, talk to
Yeah,
promoters.
it's a lot.
There's a bit of work, you know, and it's quite stressful. I prefer to be opening up other gyms around than be dealing with. But if it came to the right candidate,
Yeah.
I would definitely be able to like put them where they need to be because I have all the resources to be able to take them where they need to go.
Awesome. Love it. So talking about expanding, so we wrap it up here really
Yeah.
quick. What's next for Boxer? What's next for Mateo, bro? Everybody wants to know when is the next location coming? When is, like, you know, is it gonna be Dubai? Is it gonna be New York, California, LA? I mean, tell us a little something, bro.
All right, so look, man, you know, the Miami location currently, that's my baby, you know, and the baby needs to be fed correctly to grow, to be knowledgeable, to be able to walk and then be able to run. And a lot of people want to jump the gun and just go pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
one to do that. I'm one to have a couple of flagships, strong flagships. And then if it makes sense later on down the track, then we'll see what happens, maybe franchise it out. But for now, the focus is, you know, keep the fuel running inside of Miami's location.
100%.
Keep gassing it. Keep injecting, you know, the fuel into there. I have 3 locations in mind right now that potentially might be the next ones.
Okay.
Just don't know where to pull the trigger yet.
Hey,
I haven't done my research enough on it because I haven't been out there. I've been stuck here. But there is a location that could potentially open a huge opportunity, and it's in the Middle East, possibly in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm in the middle of talks and negotiations.
Yeah, takes time. I understand.
It takes a little bit of time, but it's promising. But before that even happens, because that's a big project that will take a little bit, I'm looking at opening another location, not in Florida, but in another city in the US.
Okay.
And it could be up north or it could be down south.
Come on. You
So
gotta sign up. Just go to BOXR, bro.
If you can, guess it and leave your comments below on the show.
Hey, what's up?
I'll give you a free T-shirt at BOXR.
There you go, free T-shirt if you can guess the next city where BOXR is gonna be at. Man, I'm excited to see, to stay in there in the trenches and kind of like see where you go and where you take this.
No,
I know where you go. Like it's just inevitable at this point, right? You're just going and running back to back every single day. And one of the biggest things that caught my eye, and I told you we talked about this, bro. I walked into BOXR one day and there was this dilemma going on with parking, right? With the parking spaces, right? And bro, people didn't know where to park, right? It was kind of like, move here, move there. And then I don't know what it was. A couple of days, I come back Monday or Tuesday, and I was like, this guy bought the location right across. Just parking, no problem. Let me just get another location, make sure everybody and the people have parking.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit. We're about to wrap it up here, but just give me a little bit of the sauce. Like, was it the parking thing that triggered that, or do you have it already in mind?
The CrossFit location?
Yeah, the CrossFit. Yeah, the CrossFit location.
So the CrossFit location, that was on my eye for quite some time. I actually had a good relationship with the ex-owner. That CrossFit location was there for quite a while, you know. And I just kept looking across the road because I go to the front door and I stand there and I look like I'm daydreaming, but I'm really like I'm processing things and I'm trying to like get creative to see what's next. How am I gonna keep expanding? I gotta be 3 steps in front of everyone else. So I went in one day to the CrossFit location and I checked it out and I spoke to the owner at the time and I was like, man, like how's business, this and that, da, da, da. I was like, look, man, I'd love to give you an offer on this. And he looked at me and he's like, oh yeah? He goes, oh, I got somebody else interested. And I'm like, well, nah, I'm the one that's gonna get it. Like that. So let's talk numbers.
Let's do it.
We talk numbers. And it was a little bit of a back and forth thing, obviously. But then it came to, an agreement and it made sense. I even went and spoke to his people.
Okay.
Because they're CrossFitters. They're from a different...
it's a whole different culture.
Like a religion, you know? And I broke it to him so softly and said, hey, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to retransform this gym to give you guys a beautiful facility.
Love it.
So you guys can be part of the BOXR family. And it's not just about keeping everyone segregated. It's about keeping everybody as one. Because BOXR,
one family.
One word with BOXR, it's all about unity. And to me, that's very important. So when we broke it to him, to some people it was a little bit scary. And then to some others, it was like, wow, this is life-changing. So that day came, wrote the check, gave it to him, made an announcement to the people. And then renovation started. Within 2.5 to 3 weeks, I got the team in there and I stripped the place. And we redid it. We put the barbershop upstairs, the lounge, incorporated a different layout, added, the new bathrooms.
Yeah, I've seen it. Barbershop, lounge. I mean, we have so much to talk about that it's not enough to do in one episode.
With the whole parking situation.
Yeah.
Obviously, we all know in the city of Miami, parking is an absolute, it's atrocious. But I was able to find a solution to be able to make it even better and more convenient, next door with the construction going on and stuff. So
you made it happen.
We made it happen.
That's what it's all about.
That's all it's about.
Yep. Set the goal. That's what it is. I don't care what's going to happen in between. I'm going to get there and it's done. Boom. That's what I'm talking about.
Make it happen.
Love it, bro. Love it. Man, to wrap it up, I always ask the guests a little bit about, 2 questions, right?
Yeah.
First is, what do you need right now? Is there anyone out there that can help you and add value to you as a person, your business? And what do you have to give? So what do you need and what do you have to offer, the audience, the people that are listening to you right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think as far as, you know, coming down to the fact that what do I need? I need people to be true to themselves. You got to be real. You got to be honest, and you got to be genuine in what you do, in everything that you do. Whether it's your partner, whether it's your business, whether it's colleagues, it doesn't matter. And have a healthy lifestyle. Take care of your body. That's why we're in this business.
Let's go.
That's why we built BOXR. It's to impact people's lives, and it's a stable for everyone. And by doing that and making sure that you put your health first, you're able to achieve whatever you want in life.
Boom.
You know? Stuff like that, when I see that on a daily basis inside my facility, it makes me really happy. If you want to know what makes me happy, that's what makes me happy. It keeps me content and be like, you know what? I'm going to provide more. You know, I'm going to keep accelerating and putting the level up even higher.
Raising the standard.
Have to, bro. Have to. And this isn't even about competition. And this isn't even about, you know, trying to see, you know, we are better than the rest. No. Rather than being the best, I'd rather be different. Because different makes people sit and think about it and go, damn, they really are different. And that's what
makes people, question, what do they got going on? You know what I mean?
You can be different. Everyone's different, you know? And it just comes down to those things. Make sure your belief system is aligned with your values, and make sure you love what you do.
Boom.
That's it.
Nothing bigger than that.
Nothing bigger than that, you know?
Man, and what do you have? What do you have to offer the people?
All right. What we have to offer the people. We have a ton of knowledge from our facility at BOXR. We have a ton of knowledge from us, from our people. It comes down to the fact that if you are in Miami, you have to come to the BOXR headquarters. We are going to change your life. Boom. We will make an impact. And if you did watch this and you come to the BOXR headquarters and you did leave a comment below, we'll give you a discounted rate because we want to make sure we change your life.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
That's it. And that's a statement right there. That is a statement.
It's not about the money. We're here to change the multitudes. You know what I mean?
Impact.
And make a positive impact and make you become part of the family. And you never know where it could lead you. You just got to be in the right environment at the right time and your whole life might change.
Boom. The right environment, the right people, one conversation away from massive success.
Yeah.
And that conversation could be at BOXR. So if you're in Miami, make sure to check them out. We'll drop the information down below in the description, your Instagram, the business, all of that good stuff. But guys, if you come to Miami, you're either visiting, you either live here, it don't matter. You have to go check out the location. Best in Miami, best national. Now that he's coming to, another city in the US, and soon to be one of the best gym internationally, a global brand. Because I love what you're doing for people. You're genuine about it, and there's lives out there to be changed. So I appreciate you coming in to the podcast and spending some time. I know how busy you are. So thank you for coming in.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate can't wait to do it again, another time. Guys, that was a wrap, another episode in the books. And with this episode, we close season 1 of Manny Talks with a bang. Can't wait to show you season 2 of Manny Talks here live to you, bringing in the best minds in business to share with you, man, the insights, the raw, the bottom, the up, everything that it takes to become successful. And always remember, he's taking this one home with him. But come on, if you haven't read this book, get right on it because it will change your life. Thank you so much for coming. That's our wrap, guys. We'll see you in the next one. How you feel?
Dope, bro. That was good. How'd you like it?
I loved it. Loved it, man. A lot of good info.
How'd you guys like it?
Good.